In this lecture, I want to discuss where and why to self-publish your book. So we're going to talk about why you should self-publish and where you should self-publish and why. This sets the context and the parameters for the rest of the course. For instance, we're going to explain why I only talk about self-publishing on Amazon and why I talk about self-publishing a print-on-demand paperback. We're going to go through all of that in this lecture, beginning with why you should publish your book. So you've written a book, you spent a lot of time doing it. Why should you publish it? To find people to read your work. The reason to write is to be read. If you're not being read, this is, okay, if a tree is cut down, it falls in the woods, doesn't make a sound. I ask you, if a book is written and no one reads it, was the story ever told? No, it wasn't. And that's the intent, is to tell your story. For the prestige of being a published author, an Amazon published author in the case of this course. To make money. You might actually make money. You might actually make a lot of money. In the last 14 years, my wife and I have made $500,000 publishing ebooks on Amazon, and I'm going to talk about that more. To justify having expended all the effort to write your book in the first place. Why did you write a book if you don't want anybody to read it? How do you expect people to find it to read it if you don't publish it? Next, I want to talk about why you should self-publish your book, right? There's an option of going traditional with maybe a New York publisher or self-publishing it yourself. Well, I'm a big advocate of self-publishing, and let me tell you why. First of all, to retain control of your career. You can really lose control of your career by going with a traditional publisher. They can really send you in the wrong direction, give you bad book covers, and tank you. It takes too long to find an agent and a traditional publisher, right? You need an agent to represent you. It takes a while to find that. And then they need to find a traditional publisher to publish you. You end up with too many bosses. You now have an agent, a publisher, in fact, a whole staff at the publishing company of book cover creators that are in control of your book cover and will dictate to you things to you. In fact, you can even get into the worst situation of having your book designed for you by committee, a whole committee full of editors giving you ideas on how to write your next book, to write and release what you want on your schedule. So my wife worked for Dorchester Publishing in New York, and she got to publish 2 books a year, which was really good. But some people had to wait 2 years between their publication slot and so on. And they were forced to write in a particular niche they weren't interested in. My wife wrote in Scottish historical and then started getting into paranormal, but she wanted to get into mystery and they wouldn't let her, so she went with self-publishing and to make more money. Right? I already slipped that we made $500,000 self-publishing. Well, that's versus 10 years that my wife spent with Dorchester in New York, publishing 2 books a year, and she made $100,000 or $10,000 a year. So you can actually make more money. Now, if your traditional publishing career really takes off, of course, you're going to make a lot more money. But what are the odds of that? Well, of course, what are the odds of your self-publishing career taking off? That's tough too. And to get to do everything. I like being able to do the book covers, control my publishing, my marketing, everything I get to control. And to build a body of work to impress a potential agent and publisher. How are you going to guarantee that you get an agent and a publisher if you don't have a body of work or a portfolio to show them? Well, a set of self-published works is a good way to do that. Now, I will warn you that some publishers, in fact, I think most of them, will not republish something that's already been self-published. So if you really want your book traditionally published, don't self-publish it first. Next, I want to talk about the steps to self-publishing a book. So you're committing now to publishing your work and self-publishing your work, potentially, if you're following my advice. Well, what are you committing to? First, you have to write and copy edit your book. Is very important. We released books early in our career that were not fully edited. and they got bad reviews because of dumb edit errors in them or spelling errors and stuff like that. So you need to fully edit your book. And in courses that I have on Udemy, I talk about how to do that. You need to create a professional quality book cover. Now, this is fun. You can hire someone to do it, but why not do it yourself? And I have courses to show you how to do that. You format and publish your ebook. This takes quite a bit of time, formatting it and making it look pretty on the page. Format and publish a print-on-demand paperback. Now, this comes along automatically because I format for both at the same time. And to build an author platform. What about your website? How are people going to find things? Where are you going to forward them to look at your work? And then ultimately to market your book. If you don't market your book, you won't sell any. And there are techniques for doing that. So these are the steps to self-publishing. This is what you're committing to. Now, I will say, if you go with traditional, several of these things get taken care of for you, but not marketing your book. They expect you to market. They expect you to build an author platform. They expect you to write. You don't have to copy edit. They'll take care of that. And the book cover and formatting and publishing and all that. But a lot of this stuff still has to be done when you traditionally publish. Now, where you can self-publish your book, Amazon is the big one via the Kindle Direct Publishing or KDP interface. This is a web-based interface that's free to indie authors to publish their books on Amazon. Amazon Print on Demand goes through the same KDP interface. Now, print on demand is interesting. It's print books, but what happens is Amazon contracts out to printers across the country to print the books as they're ordered. So you don't have to print a bunch of books and store them in your garage. You don't have to go to art shows over the weekend. Your paperbacks are selling on Amazon alongside Stephen King and alongside your ebook. And you don't have to have an inventory. Audiobook Connection Exchange. This is for creating Amazon and Audible audiobooks. And I'm going to explain to you why you shouldn't use it later. But that's another option, is to create an audiobook. Draft to Digital is for wide distribution. They publish everywhere. They meaning the Apple bookstore, Barnes & Noble, everywhere but Amazon. And I think they even publish on Amazon now. Or you can go direct to Apple Books and Barnes & Noble and publish there. There's Instagram Spark and Hulu for printing books. And you might even sell your books yourself on your own WordPress website. So there's tons of options on where you can self-publish books. Let me simplify it for you. Why you should self-publish your book on Amazon. It is the biggest bookseller in the world. And you will make the bulk of your revenue on Amazon. So I'm going to tell you that you should focus not just on selling on Amazon, but by selling Amazon Kindle ebooks. That's where the real money is for indie authors. Now, why you should self-publish your book exclusively on Amazon. Forget all of the other sites that I told you about where you can publish to simplify your publication and marketing process. Rather than trying to market and publish and set up infrastructure for all these sites, you're just focused on Amazon. It makes things much simpler. The other is to enter your book into the Amazon Kindle or the KDP Select program for 90 days at a time. Now, there's a downside to this, a major one. To enter your Kindle ebook into the KDP Select program for 90 days at a time, you must publish your ebook exclusively on Amazon. That means no Apple Books, no Barnes & Noble, no Draft to Digital, actually you can do Hulu and stuff. You can do Paperback if you want. This is about just the ebook. Now, why would you do this? Why would you exclude the revenue from all these other sites? Here are the benefits of entering the KDP Select program. You get to run discount book promotions. These work really well because they cross out the original book price and show the discount price, and you still get a high revenue, 70% of the revenue, even if the book is selling for 99 cents. You can also do it for free to get a lot of readers and reviews. And the big kicker is you can loan books via the Kindle Unlimited program. Now, this is a big opportunity for making money. And in fact, my wife and I generate 50%, half of our Amazon revenue from book loans. That's substantially more than we were making from publishing on all of the other non-Amazon sites combined. So it's a big win loaning books. You can make a lot of money that way. Now, why would you publish a print-on-demand paperback if we're focusing on Kindle ebooks? And the reason is to bolster your Kindle ebook sales. It looks really good to have also a paperback book. Amazon lists this on your book product page, and we're going to see that in just a little bit. So it bolsters your Kindle ebook sales. And hey, you might sell a few copies. Now note, you won't make much money from paperback sales because indie readers prefer ebook format. Now, I wanted to show you a page here. This is for my wife's book, Moving Violation. And you can see up in the right-hand corner is all the formats it's available in. It's available in Kindle, audiobook, large print, hardback, and paperback. This makes the book look important when it's available in multiple formats. I encourage you to do Kindle and paperback so that they're both showing up there. It makes the ebook look important. The other thing it does is it shows you a difference in prices. Notice the paperback is $12.99, while the ebook is only 99 cents, or free if you get it via the Kindle Unlimited loan program. Now, when should you self-publish your ebook outside of Amazon? And I recommend you do it via Draft2Digital. Now, Draft2Digital is an interesting company. It used to be called Smashwords. Actually, they merged companies, so it was two companies. Now it's one. And what they do is they take your ebook and they send it to everybody, including Amazon now, I believe. So you can print one place, you can publish one place, and have your books everywhere. So if you're going to go everywhere but Amazon, what I would recommend you do, first publish on Amazon. Handle that yourself. Then use Draft2Digital to publish everywhere else. Now, why would you do this? When distribution matters more than revenue generation. You will make more money publishing exclusively on Amazon and being in the KDP Select program than you will from publishing on Apple Books, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, all of these sites that Draft2Digital publishes on. But what if revenue doesn't matter? What if you're doing a memoir? What if you're doing something that you want everybody in your family to have access to? Well, in that case, make it available on as many platforms as possible, on Nook and the Kobo Reader and all of these things. If you go exclusive with Amazon, they've got to have a Kindle ebook reader or get it in paperback. But if you go wide to everywhere, then they can use the whatever reader. I mean, the Nook reader, for Barnes & Noble, the Kobo reader. I think everybody's coming out with a reader of their own. So you get to support all those. So you get wide distribution instead of revenue. That's why you would pick Draft2Digital over Amazon exclusivity. Now, why you should not self-publish an audiobook via ACX. First of all, doing it yourself is time-consuming. I've done it myself. I think I have recorded 2 books, and it took a lot of time, even though they were short books. And then we decided to hire people to do some of Melanie's books. We paid up to $800 for somebody to read a book. We'll never recoup that money. Another one cost us $350. The point is that it's expensive to hire someone to record an audiobook for you. And here's the real kicker. Amazon is releasing a new automated audiobook generation thing. It's in beta. I'm using it. It automatically uses an AI voice and translates your book to audiobook for you. So very soon, I expect this to be out of beta and available to everybody. So you're going to be auto-generating your books. Basically, this is a big hit of AI into the audiobook narration business. And the final reason is that I want you to stay focused on selling Amazon Kindle ebooks. Yeah, it looks nice to have an audiobook up there in the right-hand corner of your Amazon product page, but you'll get more out of your time if you really focus on Amazon Kindle books and don't get distracted by audiobooks. So, in summary, what have we set as the parameters for your publishing efforts, if you agree with all of these things I said, and what I'm going to teach you in the rest of this course? First, you self-publish your book instead of traditionally publishing it. We talked about reasons for that. Self-publish your ebook exclusively on Amazon to optimize revenue via the KDP Select program. You will self-publish a POD paperback on Amazon to bolster your ebook sales. No reason to print one anywhere else because you don't see it on Amazon. Self-publish your ebook outside of Amazon via draft to digital when you want to optimize distribution instead of revenue. And finally, do not self-publish an audiobook via ACX.